Thank you so much for joining me for Tune In Tuesday. My name is Sharon Rogers, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Wells, Maine. Every second and fourth Tuesday, I bring you a virtual class. Now, the class is free to watch. However, if you would like the card kit that goes with this class so that you can recreate what you see me create tonight, then all you need to do is place an order of $40 or more in my online store using the code that is linked in the description of this video. Now, if your order is $60 or more, I'm also going to include a package of embellishments so that you can give your cards that extra little something something. Let's see the cards that I have for you tonight. This, by the way, is a continuation of my last Tune In Tuesday class, and it features the Beary Christmas Memories and More products. So if you purchase the Beary Christmas Memories and More Card Pack and the Beary Christmas Memories and More Cards and Envelopes, you'll be able to create all of the cards that you see me create, not only tonight, but the last Tune In Tuesday as well. And you will have extras left over, as you'll see at the end of this video. Let's get started. Just as with our last Tune In Tuesday, we began with a simple card. We're going to do that again this time. We'll start with one of the Balmy Blue bases. I'm going to bring in Season's Greetings. And let's bring in our adhesive of choice. My adhesive of choice is the liquid glue. Just put that right on over here. And a quick and easy card. Of course, we can add a little something to it. So this is the sticker sheet. So there were two of these sticker sheets, and there are two of the ones I used last time. I'm going to bring this one right in. Even though from last week's I still have this tree, well, maybe I will. Now let's go ahead and we'll bring in this little tree right here. But I want to pop it up on dimensionals and make it stand out. And for this top part, we could just cut around the edge a little bit of one of these. Like a little half dimensional over here on the edge. Put that right up there. Put that right, let's offset it a little bit right there. And so there we have that. Now to decorate the inside, I'm going to bring something that coordinates. So this little 3x4 card coordinates nicely here. I've cut a piece of Night of Navy that's larger. So this measures 3 1/4 by 5 1/4 because that leaves a nice solid border around here. And when we put this on here, we've just got some interesting little edges here, but it just fills up the space a lot nicely. Let's see, let's put this in here. Try to make the top and bottom borders the same, and the left and right borders match. And here we go. A quick and easy inside. That's pretty, just like the outside is pretty. We've done a blue card. Now let's go ahead and do one of our red ones. We'll keep the heavier red at the bottom. And let's bring in a couple of cards. So here's one that'll go for the inside. Here's one that will go for the outside. I think I need to bring in a mat. Let's use, we could use a number of different colors here, but I'm going to use the Night of Navy. And we'll just glue this down. Just makes this layer pop. Then I'm going to bring in some of this beautiful sparkle ribbon here. And we're just going to wrap some around here. I'll cut it about an inch longer than the width of my card base. And we can use whatever adhesive we want to over here. It's not going to be seen, so glue would be fine. But I have some tear and tape. I think I'll just put that on there. Easy enough to rip off. Oh, but the hard part is finding the end. There we go. Should use my take your pick tool to do this. Now what I like to do when I'm wrapping ribbon is just make sure I've got it nice and even on the other side, which that appears to be. So there we go. Let's pop this up on dimensionals. Now there's a little bit of thickness to the ribbon here, so I don't want to put the dimensionals on the ribbon. You can put one in the center if you'd like to give that a little bit of shoring up. All right. I'm going to cheat this to the top a little bit so I can have these three borders about the same. And let's look at our stickers here. I think the little bear looks nice here. So we can put him on just regularly. And then his little bum kind of sticks off. So let's do that. Let's just put it so that the dimensional comes off here with him. So it's about the same height. So there we go. Needs a little bit more actually. Oh, because of the thickness of the ribbon, I think. All right, I'm gonna put two there then. Oops, I don't want it showing though, do I? Oops, kind of late now. Let me see. Let me see if I can fix this. All right, here we go. So we've got a double thickness there going on. There we go. There's my little bear. And let's see, we can bring in, I don't want to use Let It Snow because that's already been done. Let's bring in Warm Wishes. And we can just keep this right down here, just on the same level as everything else. Almost looks like a little plaque. So that's the outside. For the inside, let's go ahead and bring in our presents. And again, this has a white border. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a piece of Night of Navy again. And remember that card is 3x4. I know we did something different with the measurements last time, but let's go ahead and just make 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. doesn't have to fill the whole space, and it doesn't have to have everything be even around all the edges. But of course, it's up to you if you'd like it that way. I mean, you can also get funky and kind of offset it too. Ooh, maybe I'll do that. Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's go ahead and do that. There are no rules. It's whatever you like, really. So now when I'm putting this one down, I make sure that my white, my main one, is parallel to the bottom. And so there is our second card. For our third card, we'll go back to a balmy blue base. And I can see that I've gotten something on here. It's probably on this mat. But that's great because we're going to cover it up anyway, right? I'm going to bring in this wishing you the best this season. I'm going to mount this on a piece of mossy meadow that measures 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then let's see, if I look at my pieces here, I'm not loving anything that I see here to translate over here. Although I could do Christmas, and I don't want more words here. I've got a little bear, but no, I like these trees. Might be able to use these trees. Let's see, let's put a couple dimensionals on them. Then pop off the page a bit. So we could have something that looks like that. Yeah, that's good. And let's see, if I did bring in this from last time, I have these banners and I could use those. I'm gonna go ahead and use this one right here, I think. Let's just snip it in a couple parts and put some banners on this card. So my card front's gonna go about there. So I'm gonna put little banners right here. Let's make sure that it shows. It's gonna show a little bit. I probably want it to show a little bit more, maybe. Let me pick it up. Nope, it's gonna stay down just like that. Maybe I put the other one up a little bit higher and a little further out. All right, that looks okay. So we got this one just peeking out a little bit. Yep, that looks all right. We're gonna put this up. We're not gonna put that one up on dimensionals. Whoa, whoa, my glue came apart. Well, let's try finishing it up anyways. Look at that, new way to use my glue. I knew I was twirling and it felt hard twirling that into the stand, so my fault for sure. Put this down a little bit. There we go. And we'll take the adhesives off the backs. And there we have something that looks just like that. And now for the inside. For the inside, again, this card mimics this. It's got the green and the blue trees. I don't like the white on white, and it's going this way though, so it takes up a lot of room. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go off to the side here, and I'm gonna trim that card down. So let me show you what I have. So I just trimmed this down into two, and now I'm gonna just adhere this down to the bottom. And that will just make a nice little decoration. If you want to, you can fussy cut around these trees. I know some of you like to fussy cut more than others. I keep forgetting that my glue is broken. I keep reaching for it. It's just about empty anyway, so I'm not gonna sweat it very much. Let's put it all the way down to the bottom, I guess. So there we go. We have a little decoration at the bottom of the inside, plenty of room to write. And that is our third Christmas card. All right, remember this card? It's with the envelope, but you remember this card that we did, and we cut up a card front, one of the 4x6s, and we put the baby bear on the outside, and we put the other bears that were on the iceberg over here. Well, to start that, we had cut off the top that said Christmas is better together. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish trimming this. I'm gonna try to get it so that it's about the same top and bottom as far as borders go. So I just have this nice little strip right here. We're gonna use this on another card base, this one right here with all the bears. We can go ahead and bring in our dimensionals just to make this stand off a bit. Stand off and stand out. When I don't look carefully at this particular card, I keep thinking there's dirt on it, but it ends up being the polar bear noses and eyes and all that fun stuff. So let's see if we can push. I want to hide this cute little guy, because I think these two guys down here are really bringing home that sentiment. Christmas is better together. So we have that. Let's bring in our sequins again. And usually we put on, I put on, say, 3. I'm going to maybe go a little bit crazier here. Maybe I'll do 5. We do know we need odd numbers, right? So let's go ahead and we'll take a bunch of different, just a bunch of different sizes and a bunch of different colors. This all goes. Let's try one right here. And we'll bring in, I don't want a big white one. I want to, see, we could put one somewhere over in here too. I don't know. Oh, you know what? Let's put one right at the top of this tree. So that's 3. So we could stop there, or we could just keep going. Maybe I'll put one over here. And then let's see, I've got 2 blues. Let's go for another green here. And we're in the top, so we'll go with a smaller one. Maybe right here. All right. So just some sparkle to add a little interest. We'll bring in our red card base for this. Goes nicely with our bears' sweaters. And you can choose whether you have the deeper red on the left or on the right. So there it is on the left. If you can I choose light? Yep, I can have the light on the left. That was hard for me for a second. I think I like the heavier color on the left. I read left to right. I don't know. I can't explain it other than I think that's what I want. I don't think it really matters. And I'll just put that right there. So you can see how easily these go together. Perfect for what you might be doing at Thanksgiving, just trying to make the most of your time together and having fun together. We can put May Your Christmas Be Cozy. We can put the trees on here again. I don't know, it's so many choices. I'm kind of getting burned out of choices. Let's see. How about if we did, that's too many colors, right? Too many colors. What if we did this? We could do this. Just sets that off a little bit, but doesn't really tie anything in from in here. So I don't like that. How about we bring in a piece of balmy blue? That'll work. That'll work because it goes nicely with the other blue and the green. Let's try something a little bit different though. Let's try a 1-inch strip. Let's try a 3/4 inch strip. Well, I guess it's 1 inch. If I cut this roughly in half, I don't need to measure it, but I'm just playing around here, trying to get something going. So we could do something that looks like this. It's just going across. Maybe we have this stripe here. Now the only problem with that though is when you're writing, that will cause your pen maybe to have a little accident. So let's not do that. Let's just go ahead and finish cutting this balmy blue to 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So we'll just have a mat in here. And we could do this. We could cut it down so it looks like that. Or we could do it on an angle like we did before. Yep, I'm gonna do that. You know, my mom is no longer alive, but she would have not have appreciated the angles at all. My sister is probably thinking the same thing. Like, I don't like it either. And what would be my response to either one of them if they ever said that? You do you. You can do your card any way you want it. That is the beauty of paper crafting. If you're making it, you're making it. There we go. And so there is our 4th card. For my last card, I'm going to make a present. We'll begin with a piece of the balmy blue again. And let's see, I have pre-cut a piece of Night of Navy that is 3/4 inch wide. And I'm gonna go ahead and put that right down the center. Now, I think I'm just gonna bring in my ruler, but my grid paper would be so much handier here. I want my middle to be at 2 1/8. So I think that's the middle right there. And I could just very lightly mark that with a pencil. And if I do it up here, same thing. Oops, that's not very light. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and glue that down. So if I put my paper right up here, I can see how long I need to put the glue. I'll just put this right between my pencil marks. All right, I need to push this one over just a tad. All right. Just a tad. It doesn't really want to move, but I'm going to move it anyway. It's not totally stuck down. All right, same spot. Fine. Okay. And then I want to put this going across this way. Now, I don't want the excess bulk in the center. So I will trim this. I'm going to put the flush end right over here. And I'm not quite as concerned about having this one be in the center. Kind of like when I wrap. Good enough. Are you a good wrapper? Do you really love to wrap presents? I have a sister-in-law that loves to take the time to make the presents look really pretty. I actually have a couple, I think. Always has things wrapped kind of fancily. All right, now don't worry about how it looks right now. I'm going to bring in my ribbon again. Now, remember, you don't want to use glue because the glue is going to show through and get really kind of yucky looking. So when you're putting this down, you'll want to use something like tear and tape. I just so happen to have my tear and tape here. Use my fingernail to find the edge right there. I'll run this right down the middle. Now some of this is going to get covered up. So I don't have to go right to the center. And again, I don't want to bulk up the center too much. Only going in the center of this little piece and the center of this little piece. All right, now I can go ahead and remove the backing. And let's stick this right down the center. So it's almost like it's a double ribbon. Shouldn't have wasted it up that end. All right, there we go. And then I need a little piece here. And you know what? I can take this little piece and not waste it. Just go right to the end there. Again, I don't need a lot right here, just a little bit. Go right there. Now I'm going to bring in this card again. I do love this one as well as the others. And we're going to put this right over the top. And so any little imperfections that you had in, whether or not these kind of went along straight together or not, that's going to be covered. We'll bring in our dimensionals again. And you don't want to put your dimensionals in the centers here because there's ribbon already there. So corners work fine, well. And I don't need one in the center because, again, the ribbon's in the center to keep that aloft. All right. So you can choose whether you center this or not. All right, and then I think we'll just bring in a couple more of these little gems. Let's bring in a green one. And let's bring in one of the large blue ones. Somehow my large blue ones got separated from the rest. I'm not quite sure how that happened. I mean, I'm sure I did it, but I don't know how I did it or why I did it. And let's use a white one up at the other end, the top. So there is our outside. Now we just need to do something for the inside. What are we going to do for the inside? Well, let's see. If I bring this in, we could do the Let It Snow, although I don't like the Let It Snow because we've got some red in there and there's really no red anywhere else. We do have this little set of trees here. We could put in the Christmas is Better Together. We could put in the With Love, or we could put in the For You. With Love. Try to get that centered. There we go. And if we want, we could, you know what, let's go ahead and take in these little deer. Put these right down at the bottom. There we go. And that is the rest of the project. And you still have plenty of things left over. So as you saw on Sunday, with my not my Tune In Tuesday, with my 12 Sundays of Christmas, I created a gift card holder using this. And there are other ones left over here. There's lots of sheets left over that you can make some more cards, and plenty of extra stickers as well. So I have now made 20 cards, and look at how much I have left over. I just have a lot left over. So plenty of stickers and plenty of cards. You can make some more. I hope you've been able to see tonight and from the last Tune In Tuesday just how easy it is to create some great cards in no time using the Beary Christmas Memories and More product line. If you would like to place an order for these products or for any other products, and your order is $40 or more using the link that's in the description of this video, then I will send you the supplies needed, including the cards and envelopes and all that, to create the projects that I made tonight. But I think you're going to want to order your own package of Beary Christmas Memories and More cards and the card pack, because you'll want to make lots more cards, and you are not limited to the ones that I made tonight. You have so many choices, and you can mix and match to your heart's delight. It's really something fun to play with and something that you can do around the Thanksgiving table as a family. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in a couple weeks for the next Tune In Tuesday.